Okay. Beat him. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from. You're hating on him. You're hating. That's what I hear, bro. That's what I hear when I see a bud in the comment section. Big boss, K-Po talk box. Fuck about soliloquy. Them tough times don't last. Good people do not sell. Cut them if I like me be mad at. Peak game. Peak game. 80 foes on what? Swing. All right, man. Your boy just came back from mudding, man. You may be like, mudding? Yeah. I was on the four-wheeler, bro. You know what I mean? When I was driving the four-wheeler through the woods in the country. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Having fun, man. Had to get my mind off boxing real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like current landscape of boxing. You know, and that's kind of like my therapeutic thing I do. I get on that four-wheeler, man. That four-wheeler, you know, when you just ride through the woods, man. Of course, I had that iron on me just because I come across a bear or a bobcat. You know what I'm saying? I don't be understanding how people be, you know, nah. That bobcat gonna taste that lead. He gonna get lit up like a Christmas tree. I ain't playing. I ain't panicking either. I'm cool and collected. As soon as he come up, swing, bop, 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 in the arms, laying on the ground, I'm gonna have a new coat. I'm not playing with no wild animals. It's not playing. But let's talk boxing. All right. So if you got this far, you saw the interview, right? You saw what Brian Norman said, bro. What has Boss been saying about this fight with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford? What have I been saying about this fight? Right? Now, Brian Norman didn't say the fight shouldn't happen, but he said Canelo gains nothing for beating Terence Crawford. Who said that? Who been saying that? It's crazy how I say these things. The butt buddies get mad. Oh, you don't know boxing. You're hating on him. You're hating on him. How do you hate on a man that's black like you? How do you hate on a man that looks like you? How do you hate? First of all, last time I checked, Nipsey Hussle voice, I ain't had no twiglets on my head. I'm from Houston, Texas, where we ride Benz and Lexus. I'm from old school Houston. Boys come down with fades. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rocking no twiglets. I ain't trying to be no youngster, right? I don't rock like that. No disrespect to dudes that do that, but I ain't rocking no hair. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rocking no hair that I seen my kids, my daughters. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm faded up. That's what it is. I'm 60 waving and misbehaving. That's what it is. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta talk that Texas talk to y'all. But all I'm saying at the end of the day, to keep it 1,000, man, it's like, man, boys, you know, he looks like you. I don't give a damn who he look like. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with me. We here to speak the facts of boxing. You know? I'm not here to, I don't care if that was my twin brother. R.I.P. to my twin brother. What in the world? What was that? See, this wrong. Anyway, R.I.P. to my twin brother, man. But all I'm saying at the end of the day, to keep it 1,000, keep it real, coming down, working with Will is this, man. I told y'all, Canelo gains nothing from this fight, right? This is something I've been saying. I've been telling y'all. Y'all don't want to listen to me. You got a pro fighter who's currently a champion, right? Who's sitting there saying the same thing, damn near what I'm saying. Canelo gains nothing from fighting this fight. So why is he fighting Terence Crawford? Why? Why is he fighting Terence Crawford? For what? For what? You feel me? Like, we gotta analyze this, my bro. You gotta understand when it comes down to this that, like, this fight shouldn't have been happening, bro. It shouldn't. And I've been telling y'all this. You know what I'm saying? It's pointless. It don't make sense. You just trying to get Canelo Alvarez his payday. I mean, not Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford his payday. That's what you trying to do. And I'm talking about Turk. You know what I mean? I ain't got no problem with getting paid, but get paid against a guy who makes sense for boxing. This don't make sense. I've been saying this, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I've been talking about this stuff. But no, you're hating on him. You're hating. Bro, every time y'all say that, somebody come out, pro fighter or big YouTube channel, say the same thing I'm saying. Pay attention. Right? They say the same thing I'm saying. And then Marcos Villegas, his behind was trying to, well, don't you think that, Terence Crawford is, he's a special fighter. He's a great fighter. Don't you think that da-da-da-da-da? Like, Brian was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. We're not disputing that. But this fight don't make sense. It don't make sense. So if Terence Crawford was fighting anybody at 154, I'd be like, If Terence Crawford was fighting Jermell Charlo or, I don't know, Murders Olive, Exxon Lubin, Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tszyu, I'd be like, okay, it's a lot to gain for them from that. Jaron Businis, it's a lot to gain from them. Canelo gains nothing fighting Terence Crawford and beating him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so against the fight. And I've been against it. And people are saying what I'm saying indirectly. Right? Brian Norman didn't come out and say this. But he did say what I've been saying. Canelo gains nothing from beating Terence Crawford. Nothing. And it's bothering the Bud Buddies to the point where they like, oh, if Terence Crawford wins, you need to delete your channel. Because they don't want to hear that truth no more. Right? It's kind of like this. And I'm not proclaiming myself to be this. I'm not even going to say that. Matter of fact, because that goes against everything I believe in. I'm just going to say, you don't want to hear the truth. If I wasn't speaking the truth, you wouldn't want to hear, it wouldn't bother you the fact that I got a channel. But I'm telling the truth. Right? See, y'all butt booty wars want to push narratives. Y'all want to push narratives in the sport of boxing and run with it. But Boss here to debunk all that foolishness. I told y'all, that's the reason I started my channel. I used to be in comment sections of videos. I'm reading, or people pushing certain narratives. I'm like, huh? I remember what made me start my channel? Triple G and Andre Ward. You had people talk about Andre Ward ducking Triple G. I said, what? Started my channel. During that time, started my channel. I said, you talking about Andre Ward that rode up on Triple G? That's what you talking about? Huh? Is that what you're saying? You talking about the Andre Ward that rode up on Triple G and called him Little G? I was like, hey, I want to fight Little G. That's what you talking about? Man, stop playing, bro. You feel me? Like, boys need to get their mind right, man. I'm sitting here, I'm like, this is what you talking about? I gotta start a channel. And I started my channel since then. And since then, I've been debunking narratives. All these narratives that get pushed, if it ain't making sense, body bagging, toe tagging, I kill it. Why? Because they put jackets on fighters, right? And it gets built up and it grows, right? Just like how they call Floyd Mayweather a runner. Oh, he's running. He likes to run. Yeah. You like this guy? You know what I'm saying? Bro. Back in the day when they was like, oh, Terence Crawford is not deserving to fight Manny Pacquiao. I was like, yeah, he do. Manny Pacquiao need to fight Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? At the time, they was on the same promotional network. I'm like, yeah. Let's make that fight. What's wrong with that? Right? Didn't happen. So all I'm saying at the end of the day is, this is another narrative in boxing. This is why I don't fool with Turk. Right? Because Turk don't know boxing. He got money, so he think he can control boxing with money. But what's going to happen is, people going to stop signing up because he don't know what he doing. See, you got to be able to develop and build a fighter. Right? That's what it is. That's what boxing's all about, right? You don't get into boxing knowing everything, right? Yeah, you may have some talent, you may have some skills, but you don't get into the sport and you know everything, you got everything figured out. You don't. When you get in the sport of boxing, you learn on the job. I don't care who it is. You learn fight after fight after fight, right? That's real talk. You keep fighting, right? You fight. You fight again. You fight again. You fight again. You keep fighting, and you fight tougher and tougher opponents. That's how you learn on the job. Right? But to get back on topic, bro, this fight makes no sense. I keep telling y'all, Brian Norman pointed this out. Y'all bud booty wasn't to get y'all mind right. Let me know what y'all think, though. Boss gone.